To me, spirituality is freedom. It's not all of these rules and regulations and acting. And you are here to not only live a life as a human being, but you're also here to enjoy it. I say, what I'm telling you is these titles and all this, I am this, and I'm a guru, and I'm a light worker. It's really cool. But you're more than that. You're even more, you're a big deal. I always say there is a thin line between schizophrenia and third eye wide open.
Hello, spiritual friends, and welcome to another episode of Life Ascended, where we discover our divine potential every day. And we are going to be moving into some really deep and intense conversation today. I'm so excited to be bringing on the beautiful and magnificent Crystal Lee, who is also the host of the We Are Magic podcast. And she is the co-author of The Ways to God, which I am also co-author of. So I'm so excited to read her chapter, which is coming out imminently. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, Crystal.
My light just fell down. Hey,
oh my goodness.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll put it over here. It's fine.
It's all good.
It's all good. It's all gravy. Let me just flip it over here because it is. This is what happens, guys. This is what happens.
Yeah, we'll let you get set up. You're perfect.
I'm set up. I'm ready to go. It's fine. It's right there. It just fell off.
Okay.
I'm so honored to be on here. Thank you so much for having me, love.
Yes, thank you for coming on. You're such a delightful personality.
Hey, it is what it just, I knew that was going to happen. My cat was up there earlier messing with it, and I'm like, I should move it. And guess what happened? As soon as we got on, timber, but I'm here. We're good.
Oh, it's all perfect. So let's start out with, why don't you just tell us a little bit about you and what is going on with you?
I'm Crystal Lee. I am the founder and host of the We Are Magic podcast on all platforms, Spotify, Apple. You can look it up. I'm there. I'm on YouTube also. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the socials. I need to use it more. I haven't been, but I'll do better now. Literally, my podcast, my platform is just awakening the divine that is already within you. My goal, my purpose is to free people from religious programming, persecution, spiritual programming, spiritual persecution. To me, spirituality is freedom. It's not all of these rules and regulations and acting. And you are here to not only live a life as a human being, but you're also here to enjoy it. So it's not just always stress, disease, pain, suffering that comes with the matrix, but you're also here to enjoy your life as well. So that's my whole goal and purpose, is to awaken the magic, the divine within you.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yes, that is so important. So you probably have a lot of people who come to you with some pretty interesting problems and challenges.
Yes. Yes, I do.
So what are the most common things that people approach you with?
It's fear. It's the what if I'm wrong is the main question. What if I'm wrong? What if God's mad at me? What if this and that? And what I try to tell people is their experience. What they believe in is what they believe in. And your belief has a strong hold on your subconscious mind. So, for example, I try to tell people that they are power, that the divine, the essence that they're looking for is not outside of them, it is in them. That divine essence lives within them, that power. If they did not have that power, it'll be done. Game over, lights off. No, it sounds harsh, but that's just the way I have to see it. There is no this or that. There's no light versus dark. There is no devil that's hurting you. It's you hurting you. It's the programs that you were taught that are hurting you. I had someone ask me because I believe there is a false light. It's not just light. There's like light is only love. That is not true. There are evil people displayed in the light. Here in the light of day, there's evil things happening. There's hurtful people. There's also just as much as in the dark. We've lost yin, the mother, the matriarch, the feminine energy that has just been pushed away to push this patriarchy, the
For sure.
masculine, the
Yeah.
go, the force. So just there are patriarchy and matriarchy is the main energies that should be balanced, that should be working together, not one destroying the other. So that's what we've lost. And that's what I try to teach people. So when I say there's a false light, some people get offended and they're like, I've had someone who passed away and they told me, they came to me in a dream, they had a hard life when they were here, and they say they're now a light worker. And they say, so what you're saying is that's not true. I'm not saying that's not true. In your belief system, in your reality, in your universe and life, that is what you believe, and that is your truth. So if your soul feels like they've moved on to be a light worker, that is your truth. I say, what I'm telling you is these titles and all this, I am this, and I'm a guru, and I'm a light worker, and I am some shaman somewhere.
Uh-huh.
It's cool and everything. It's cool. It's really cool. But you're more than that. You're even more than 144,000. You're even more, you're a big deal. And that's what I want to show everyone, that no, there's no chosen one. We're all just as important as source. That dung beetle pushing the dung to do whatever they have to survive, it's just as important. That is source also. And that's what I try to teach people is like, God is in all of us. We are all one. And we have forgotten that. Like the fingers and stuff, this is all part of me. It's still
Mhm.
me.
Yes.
My toes and my socks right now. It's part of me. That's me. Doesn't negate that your toes aren't important when this is what's more important. They all work together. So this universe can function. So
Mhm.
that's how I got to see it. And that's how I try to explain it to people. It's
Yeah.
not that you're wrong. You're not wrong. You came here to play a part. It's how you show up is what matters.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like how take away some of the titles because yeah, people with their titles, they get so hung up over it. And it's like they take on this persona, right? It's really just part of the personality. And it's not the whole you, right?
Right.
Yeah, you're right. We're so much more than the titles that we give ourselves.
So much more. So much more. When you wake up from your bed, is the first thing you think is, I'm a shaman, or I am a light worker, or I am some galactic. I'm seeing other stuff now out there. And I'm like, whoa, okay. And I'm not trying to offend anybody, so I won't say what I've seen, but I've seen it. And I'm just like, whoa, I didn't know those people need shamans up there when you get to 70 or whatever. But yeah, I get it. We have this thing in us that we call ego. And we want to feel important and we want to feel special. We want to feel all these things until you learn to feel that about yourself, like you and I were just talking about. Cynthia's going to help me with some things. I have an issue with putting myself out there and I get overwhelmed. She's going to help me with this now. I have someone's going to coach me through this. So I love her already. But yeah, it's like at the end of the day, if you are not sure about yourself, and if you don't, like Cynthia, you got to take the steps to put yourself out there. You got to take the step. If you're not sure, you're going to project your insecurities onto people. And so when people say things like, oh, you got to kill your ego, you got to kill it. I'm not killing little Crystal. Your
No.
ego is who you are, is who you came to be. She came
No.
to be Cynthia. I came to be
Mhm.
Crystal. Why would I kill that?
Yeah,
Why would I hurt that little girl that's
yeah,
already been through so much?
right.
I'm
We
gonna
need
heal it. Yes. That's the thing. And I tell my people all the time who, think we're crazy, Cynthia, but I'll tell people, I always say there is a thin line between schizophrenia and third eye wide open. There's a thin line. And the problem is if you go too far over here, you lose grounding. You lose what they call reality. You can't really mesh in well with society. If you are out here, and they do see, schizophrenic people see everything. They see the truth. They just cannot do
that.
this.
Yeah.
But once you can't kill your ego. That's the whole point is this. You cannot kill your ego. Don't go so far over to the woo that you lose complete grounding of where you are. And that is to be a human. You came here to be a human. You came here to experience human things. So I'm not going to let my human go. I'm not going to kill my human off. And I'm not going to me, my ego is the little Crystal, the little girl who she came to be. That was us before the programming started, before they got a hold of us and started telling us all these lies and we're not worthy. We're not this. We're not good at math. We're not good at this. We're not good at, oh, God, humans. But the whole goal is to heal that little inner child and to heal not just the inner child. You want to heal ancestral stuff that has been passed down 7 generations deep in you. You want to heal the teenager, the preteen that was picked on and bullied. You want to heal the 20-something-year-old that thought she knew everything, but she obviously knew nothing. You want to heal the 30-year-old. It never stops. You don't get to a point where I have learned it all. I am so freaking enlightened. Enlightenment is this, children. Listen to Auntie Crystal. You don't know everything. That's okay. That's what I learned from enlightenment. Oh, when you think you know it, they kick you off the ledge and you go straight back down to the rabbit hole, you silly little ego thing, you. So yeah, it's time to just accept and be present, learn and grow and live.
Yeah.
That is my.
Are you ready to unlock your true potential and embrace a life filled with unconditional love and inner peace? Introducing the Diamond Heart Emotional Ascension Program, a transformative journey designed to help you heal deep emotional challenges and rediscover your authentic self. In just 3 months, you'll learn to identify emotional blocks from your very own hands that have been holding you back and release them vibrationally. Rewire limiting patterns with tools from higher dimensional realms. Activate your diamond heart, aligning with divine intelligence and embracing self-love. Guided by spiritual mentor Cynthia Clark, this course offers a pathway to emotional freedom and higher self-expression. Don't wait to start your journey toward profound inner peace. Visit ascension17.com/courses to enroll in the Diamond Heart program today. Your ascension begins with the heart. And now back to the episode.
I love that. I like to think of this path that we're on as a spiral. So it's okay. So we're going up this spiral, right? Our DNA is a spiral.
Yes, it is.
And so sometimes the spiral is moving forward. And that's when we're like, oh man, I so got this figured out. I'm so smart. I know everything. And then we keep going up, but then we end up on the backside of the spiral. And then we're like, oh no, I don't know anything. I really screwed that up. Oh my gosh, I thought I knew this.
Not if I did it this way, it would work out. The spirit is no, several ways.
Yeah.
Several.
So ultimately, though, we are moving up the spiral. So I definitely see that as ascension, and we are growing and we're learning from every single experience. But you're right. Sometimes the perception is like, whoa, I just got my butt kicked and I just got thrown into the corner here and I had no idea that I was going to have to deal with this.
Girl, that is, you nailed it. It is, how do you progress through life when it's hard? Oh, that's the real ascension. If you can get through, and Cynthia knows what I'm going through. Yeah. I'm going through some things right now. Okay. I had to walk away from my 9 to 5. I know y'all are so proud of me. I know.
Yeah.
But with that being said, that's something that was an ego. That was like I'm gonna say ego death. There we go. Certain seasons in your life that you just make it your God. You make it everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a claims examiner. I've been working with this company since 2010. And that it just becomes part of you and it's really not you. So what happens is you get a tower moment and you're forced to make a decision. My spirits, my guides, my ancestors are not these lollipop loving light beings. They're straight to the point. They're like this. Look, you either stay with this job, which you can because you have free will to do. And it's our yeah, exactly. Yeah, our destinies. It's ridiculous, guys. I know a lot of people are like, oh, we have free will. And a lot of people are like, no, we don't. My opinion is my higher self runs the show and I'm the avatar. You ever play a video game? Well, that little video avatar guy that you're playing on Grand Theft Auto or wherever, thinks that they have free will too. They think that they're running the show and that this is their universe when actually it's you the whole time doing it. So, how my higher self put it is you have destinies and paths that you've made, Crystal, and you have to choose the fork in the road.
Yes.
How are you going to choose? And they showed me all the paths that I had back in the past that I did, that I made the choices. That was plain as day life. The road to life was just as beautiful and huge and just arms wide open.
Yeah.
And I purposely chose the road to death or the road to destruction or however you want to say it. So I see it now. So I was at a crossroads again and I was like, oh God, do I walk away from this job? And it's obviously saying walk away.
Yeah, it's time.
And yeah. And 3 weeks before this happened, I had a dream that I lost my job, that I was fired.
Interesting.
So I woke up, Cynthia, very upset. I was like, oh, I'm in fear. I'm in a fear-based mindset. I went straight with it. I was just like, oh, I need to transmute this. And my spirit was like, okay, wait a second. So when I say spirit, guys, that's something. We say something told me, that is your energy talking to you. That is your higher self that's connected. And so my higher self was like, no, wait a minute. There have been times you've had dreams and they came true. So you may be foreshadowing something. So now I'm panicking. I'm pulling out the pendulum. I'm like, Spirit, am I going to get fired? I'm doing all things. And every time it's swinging, yes, I'm saging it. I'm putting incense. I'm cleaning it. I'm putting energy on it. I'm like, maybe I'm intending it to say that. I asked my pendulum like 20 times or more. Am I going to get fired? Yes. Yes. And I'm just like, so I just start panicking. I was like, oh, I wish I would have took that offer when they gave it before. And then the next week they offered it again. And it was like, you have a chance to either resign or you can stay, but there will be a reduction in force coming in the next coming weeks. So I was just like, I need insurance because of ostomy supplies. Guys, I have currents. It's taking my rectum, my colon, all the things. But I'm still here. I'm still positive. I'm not giving up. But yeah, this is a chance for me to get on my feet, get my channel monetized because it's not monetized at this point. Everything's free. Everything I do is free. Free content. Everything's free. But that's not sustainable. And this reality is, Cynthia.
That's true.
Sustainable at all. So
yeah, this gives me a chance. Yeah, as long as we have that monetary system, we need to support ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good point that you just brought up because a lot of giving spiritual people think that they should give away everything for free. And I actually have some pretty strong opinions about that. And I've learned it through the hard knocks of life. Yeah. I've given away some stuff before and it has come back and it has just bit me. Yeah. Because there's an imbalance, right? When you think about, first off, if you give everything away for free, then the person who's receiving it doesn't see it as valuable. And they don't take it seriously. So if they're actually paying for it, they will take it a little bit more seriously. And if they're paying a lot, you better bet they're going to do their homework. So that's a misperception that people think. And ultimately, it's okay. We all have to make a living at something. Right. Like we all need to pay our bills. Just because I have a big heart doesn't mean that I don't have bills to pay. Right. So it's okay. So if you look at it that way, it's of course you need to charge for your services. And just because your service is an energy service or a spiritual service doesn't make it any less valuable than, say, a construction service, something very tangible. It's no less valuable, especially to the person who is receiving it and who is suddenly going to have their breakthrough because of what they received from you. So all the light workers out there, stop giving away all your stuff for free. Stop devaluing yourself. Really start to recognize the true value that you're bringing with your energy, with your training, with your studies, with your meditations. It all adds up. I spent 25 years of my life meditating. You know how much work that is. Most people can't spend 5 minutes meditating. You know what I mean? Try to do 25 years and then get back to me on how that works. So this is so important for you, Crystal Lee, to recognize the value that you bring for people. So that's okay. We're going to fix all that.
That's this free stuff. That's enough, sister. We're done with it. Yeah, I had another coach tell me that. She was like, she's Crystal. Sorry, guys, I cuss. Cynthia said, no more saying sorry. Okay, I'm working on it. She was like, you're healing people with 60-second fucking reels. You're healing people. She said, so what are you doing? Like, why are you not coaching? And I would use my job as an excuse. I'm telling you, like, it's when spirit says we're ready, it happens. So yeah. Oh, and this was cool, Cynthia. The day after my last day working at my job, that Saturday morning, I got a notification on Facebook. It said, you are now eligible for monetization and ads on your reels. And I was just like, girl, I've been trying to get that forever. And it took, I was like, you cannot make this up. Yeah. Are you serious? So yeah, it's like, I've been manifesting a publisher for about 3 years now. Manifesting. I said, I'm not chasing nobody now. I'm not asking anybody. I was told I was going to write a book. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I was like, okay, because my friend Corey, who's also an author, she had a vision. She has visions all the time, so she'll tell me about them. She's like, so you were in it. I was like, okay. She's like, so I'm walking past a newspaper stand. She's like, weird. And it said New York Times bestseller, The Comeback Kid, Crystal Lee. And she's apparently, you wrote a book.
Ooh, I'm getting chills on that.
Confirmation. So then I was like, okay. So I put in my manifestation, like my little affirmations. Publishers are drawn to me. They're drawn to me. I need to say clients are drawn to me. They want to work with me. You're right. I know Cynthia.
Yes.
Anyway, so yeah, I'll put that on there. Amira reached out to me. It happened, but before it happened, this is funny. I was on the recliner in the living room watching TV with my son, and Spirit was like, maybe you should start working on your book. And I was like, I will. And they're like, you keep saying I will, but you don't. I was like, yeah, I know that, but I'll work on it. I promise I'll start. They're like, just start typing. I was like, okay, I will. So then I hear my spirit say, you might want to check your email. Might be some money in there. I was like, oh, okay, let's see what's going on. So I checked, because I never check my emails. No excuse for that now. I'll start doing that every day. And I see Amira. She said, hey, this is my second time. She'd already tried one time, never saw the first one. I was just like, oh my God, Crystal, you gotta do better. So I have some co-authors, and it's a book that we're making called Ways to God. And I would be honored if you would join this project. And I gave it to my son. I was like, is this a scam? Because they're young ones, they know. So he's looking at it. He looked at her website. He's like, no, it's not. And I went, how does she pick me?
I know, I had exactly the same thought.
And she was like, you're going to think this is crazy, but I was like, no, I won't. I promise. I won't think it's crazy. But I channel. I was like, no, I don't think you're crazy at all. I was like, my higher self. She did that. Yeah. Yes, that's the freedom you can have, guys. You just give it to the universe and say, hey, I need help with this. I can't do this by myself. Yeah. And you just trust it.
So yes, we have to tell everybody this beautiful story about this book. So the Ways to God, which is going to be this beautiful collaboration with a bunch of amazing women. It just happened to be women on this project. But Amira, she's part of the Near Death Institute, she reached out to each of us and basically told us that she channeled our name. She's from South Africa. So I have no association with South Africa, and I'm pretty sure Crystal Lee doesn't either.
Nope.
And so each of us individually spoke with her, and sure enough, that she channeled our names, and then she looked us up and found us. And that's how we all ended up being on this project together. And it's so funny because when I've published a couple of books now, and what I told the universe was, I want my next book project to be a lot easier, because it took me about 11 months to write my last book, and it's a lot of work to write a full book.
Yeah.
And so it's, wow, okay, here, let's give her this project, which is only a chapter, and yet it's going to be a full book. Oh my gosh, this was the most perfect scenario. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that's the only way Spirit could get me to do it. There's like,
Yeah.
okay, she's not going to do it. So I want to force her hand.
Yeah.
And Amira's, we need this done by this time. I still haven't gave her a 90-second video. I need to do that today. We need this. She had little timelines and stuff. And I love timelines. I'm that weird person where I like to do lists. I love it.
Yeah.
So,
I'm all about calendars myself. I have a calendar
yes,
constantly in front of me.
girl, it's on my phone.
My
It's
calendar.
on the computer. Yeah, I need to get a desk one. I do.
Yeah.
That's good. But yeah, having someone where you have a team of people and we're all like, oh my God, what do we do here? It's just so lovely that we can go into this little group chat and it's like family, like it's normal. I noticed you the first time we had our little Zoom meeting, and there's certain people that I connected with. They're all amazing women, every one of them. But there was just a few that my spirit was just like, that's our person right there, Crystal. That's one of our people. Yeah, I was really like honored when you reached out and was like, hey, you want to do a podcast with me? I was like, because I never really got to talk to you, but just a few things you would say, I would like love it. So you would see it. I'm like, oh, she is so freaking on it. And I just wanted to like virtually high five you. Like she gets it. Cynthia definitely gets what we're doing here. But yeah, it's a great group.
So I want to ask you about your chapter. So tell me a little bit about your chapter and what are you putting in it?
I was raised Christian and I have read the Bible. I have read it front and back. King James Version, New King James Version, New International Version. Sefer is my newest one. But what's hilarious is my sister, she brought this up. She's like, Crystal, you've technically been a witch your whole life. She's like, every time you were for Halloween, you dressed up like a witch. She's used to take like dandelions and take like a stick, and she's like, you had a mortal and pestle basically. She was like, you would just make things as a kid that was not normal for kids. You know what I mean? Like I was empathic. I felt bad for roadkill. It's like I could feel their pain when they died and would make me cry.
Me
Girl,
too.
my whole life.
I was so sensitive to
Very.
animals.
Oh my God. My sister was throwing puppies like just on the mattress, being funny with them. And I could feel their fear and pain. And I just went off when I was like, oh, dude, that's wrong. And not understanding what I was feeling. But with that being said, church from 4 years old all the way up to 40, like church, like in it, deep in it. So when I stepped away from religion, and it was the Bible that took me out, and I explained that in the book, the Bible actually brought me out of religion because I started seeing in the Bible where God was like, I never wanted this blood. I never wanted to sacrifice. I don't honor your feast days. I don't honor your sacrifices. And when I'm reading this stuff, and I'd read it a million times, it seemed like, but you just know when timing hits. It woke me up, and I went, oh my God, this is human stuff. You don't want none of this stuff. This is not you. This is not you making this happen. God's not telling people to be mean. God's not telling people to kill people or take land.
And who wrote the Bible?
Man.
Exactly.
Roman Catholic Church, to be exact. So it's just like I started seeing it, but for a while I was still, what if I'm wrong? What if Yah's mad at me? And it was literally Yah who spiritual people can't stand. I have a very close connection with, because Yah has told me the truth. This was human stuff doing. These are humans doing this. Just humans doing to it. There's no devil doing this. This is us scapegoating. So I talk about scapegoating in the book and how we won't take accountability. There's no self-awareness in religious stuff. It's God and the devil. It's God and the devil and the demons, or the devil made me do it.
You're right. It's very black and white.
Very dualistic. And I put Bible verses in because as a former Christian, I know what Christians feel. I know what Christians think. It's very judgmental. I would love you straight to hell, Cynthia. Yes, I would. I would love you straight to hell, because if you're not covered in the blood of Jesus, are you even saved? Like, so once you come out of it, you're like, oh my God, like the communion that we do it's on the new moon. Everything's ritualistic that they do, guys. You just don't know. I just pretty much explain all of the horrific stuff that I experienced as a child, how I got through it, how I could not find a church home. I always wanted a church home. I was very jealous of those old ladies in church. Like, I've been a member for 25 years. I'm like, I want to be a member for 25 years. I think I just wanted a community, and I just wanted the same mindset. But where I read the Bible and they did not, they just listened to the pastor, I would be in arguments with people, even as Christians. Like, it was just, where did you read that? It's in the Bible. Where? And I would show it to them. And they were like, oh, you're taking it out of context. And I'm like, no, I'm reading it exactly how it says. I'm not changing nothing, but it says this. So yeah, I just explain how one day my higher self just took over my life, girl. Just literally just changed my whole life. Yes. And I explain all that.
That sounds
the matriarchy, everything.
So exciting. Oh, I can't wait to read your chapter.
Yes, girl. It took this. I was reading the Bible one day. I was a Hebrew. So I went from Christianity and I went to being a Hebrew, and it's even more strict. And women are just trash in this religion, girl. Like, when I say any Abrahamic religion, it's all our fault. Okay. Just know that the devil, it's all your fault. But I remember reading in the Bible about the Queen of Heaven. And I went, now again, I've read this before, but I always thought it was like subject. I don't know. So I said to myself, I'm like, yeah, if you're the King of Heaven, who's this Queen of Heaven? Who is this? Asherah.
Yeah, they never
Who's
talked about the
Asherah?
Queen of Heaven.
No, she's just a great whore. She's just a horrible person. I go into Asherah, which led me to, some people say Shekinah, some say Shekinah, but then I go into the Holy Spirit, and then I find out who that is. And I'm like, that makes so much sense. And how everything before patriarchy, it was matriarchy and patriarchy. They operated together. And the ancient Hebrews, ancient Aramaics, they honored the mother also with El. So it was El and Al, or Ema. And a lot of people see the Inanna statue. It's a little figurine that you've seen where she's holding up her boobs and stuff. But yeah, they honored the mother by baking her cakes. Like, of course you would. We love cake. So yeah, they bought, yeah. It's the divine feminine, and you must have a cake. So yeah, like they would bake her cakes and stuff and offer her sweet sacrifices and nothing bloody, just food, which is what we want. And they just started destroying that. So yeah, it's like you find out about the mother, and then, oh, that makes so much sense why the angels are men and the Holy Spirit's a man and God's a man. Like, do we fit in?
Exactly.
If God said, let's make them in our image, who was he talking to? So yeah, and in the beginning there was dark. That's yin in the beginning. And that's the universe. That's the birthing of light. That's who birthed light.
Yeah, the
or
womb.
Energy. The womb, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just talk about shadow work. I talk about me going through the dark night of the soul several times.
Yeah.
And how I came out of it. But yeah.
So I think you wanted to look at your hands. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Do that really quick?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and we're actually gonna, for people who are listening, by the way, I will describe what we are looking at, but this is Crystal Lee's hand. Yes, it's always fun to take a look, because the hands are going to show us a bunch of things, right? First off, what I'm noticing with you is you've got here's your headline right here in the middle part of your hand, and it's very far away from your lifeline.
Yeah.
So it's completely separated off of your lifeline, which, by the way, is only in about 20% of hands. And it's interesting, you've got this little floater line that's also, it's almost like you had a headline that was attached, and then you grew like a whole nother headline like above it. So
Not shocked.
You have a double, like you have this interesting double headline thing going on. So this is telling me that, yeah, this is like your breakaway from the old belief system, because your headline represents your thinking. And this is where the independence is coming in. You're like, nope, I'm now thinking much more independently. And that's why these fragments are like broken off.
Yeah.
So you're also a problem solver, in case you didn't know, because
Go on.
your headline is starting way up in Jupiter. Okay, so the higher up that your headline shows up on your hand, this gets into Jupiter territory, which is really the realm of bigger vision, seeing the bigger picture, expansion. Jupiter is jovial and benevolent and all that fun stuff. So
He's fun.
I love that your headline it's hanging out over here in Jupiter. And by the way, that's not common. Okay. I like to point that out. You got a huge Venus, okay, which is your heart and your heart chakra, your giving energy. So yeah, you're definitely much better at giving than you are receiving, which is common, by the way, for very sensitive, empathic, spiritual people. I see that a lot. And you've got a pretty strong cave line too, which is this little guy down here.
Mhm.
Basically saying you like to go into your cave and you really enjoy like your alone time and you're taking care of yourself time
Yes.
and people need to value, like they need to just respect that.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on there. Now let me blow this up a little bit more so we can see some other things going on. Definitely we've got some stuff going on in Neptune.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a little bit of a star down here. This is one of your talent markers. And this is where you and I think have some similarities because Neptune represents the realm of deep emotions. And you are you're like the life preserver of people who are drowning. And
Oh.
so you can throw out that life preserver and you're going to be the one to say, hey, it's okay. You're not going to drown. You're going to be just fine. I got you. So that's where this little star comes in. It's definitely a talent marker that is not all that common. So, that's one of the ways that you can help people. Now, it looks to me like your throat chakra over here off of your thumb is actually pretty big. So I think you have a voice that is going to get out more and more as you are now stepping into more of your fullness and what's possible for you. You have a lot to share, and that's showing up here in your thumb.
Wow.
So I like to see that because there is, and if we blow this up, we see also a little star showing up in your throat chakra region, which is the gifted speaker. All right. The gifted speaker can also be through your writing, and the right audience is definitely going to value what you have to say. And
Nice.
it's going to make an impact that you maybe even more than you realize. So now your challenges where they're coming in, definitely if we have horizontal lines running through any of the fingers, those are going to be some challenges. We've got a little challenge up here in your zone of research. So this is actually doing the work and getting up and doing the writing. Get up and just do it.
Do it.
Just get it done. But it's okay. That line, by the way, can fade out, and lines do change over time as well. Don't feel like you're stuck with that challenge line. And then if we look at this little line right here, we've got also a little stress in your zone of ideals. I think this was with your old job.
Yeah.
So looking at like the work that you were doing, it wasn't lining up with your ideals and what you wanted to be doing with like your purpose. And I think that's why that line is showing up right there. So anyway, those are just a few little things that I'm seeing with you. But you're on track now. You definitely have some amazing hands.
Thanks.
And super fun. So I hope you enjoyed that.
I did. That was fun.
Yeah, and that was just a little couple of things,
God.
a little couple of things I wanted to share with you.
That was good. That was really good. And you're like, just do it. I'm like, okay, I see it. Yeah.
All right.
That's so cool, Cynthia.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm so excited for this book. I'm so excited to read your chapter, and I'm so excited to see how you are going to really be stepping up to the plate and helping people with their pathways. You're clearly on the road now, and there's no getting around it.
Yes. I have no excuse now. I got to get to work. Start
So
tomorrow.
please tell us about your podcast, and how do people work with you, and how do people reach you?
Okay. You can reach me at We Are Magic, K at the end. So it's CK, not just MAGIC. It's the ancient ancestral magic. 444@gmail.com. I will be changing that soon. But yes, you can catch me on YouTube. Right now, I haven't done a podcast recently because I've been dealing with so much extra stuff.
Sure.
But I do try to have it at least on Wednesdays. That's normally when I drop my podcast, is a Wednesday. But yeah, there'll be more videos coming soon. Not just podcasts, just content, period, because I like to talk. And you can also follow me on We Are Magic, at We Are Magic, all one word, and TikTok. I'll be posting more on there. But yeah, I'll be doing more. I've had a lot of stress, guys. I know it's no excuse, but I've just been dealing with a lot. And it was almost, Cynthia, to the point where I almost walked away. Like I literally, because guys, again, it's free content online, but I will be opening up to group sessions and coaching and stuff like that. So I'll be doing that more in the next coming weeks. So yeah, I'm super excited. Cynthia's gonna work with me on that.
That's right. I can help you with that.
But don't you be doing that for $20. What are you doing? But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm so appreciative. Thank you so much. That was crazy. That was literally my life. She did good. You need
all right.
The real one.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We so appreciate you. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and we value your comments, your questions, your opinions. Please follow and like us. Let's make this show amazing and let it grow to thousands of listeners and viewers. Yes. And until next time, let's ascend together. Have a beautiful day. Thanks for joining us on Life Ascended, where you can discover your divine potential every day. Please show your support by tuning in, following, sharing your comments, and inviting others to listen. Take it further by visiting ascension17.com for deeper spiritual growth, guidance, programs, and products.